Hello. How are you guys doing? Let's see what we got going on here. Hmm. Says here, I run an LA homeless service organization, but I can't afford to live in LA anymore. Sounds like you have a problem. Can't afford to live anywhere. You're going to find yourself without a home. If only there was an organization that could help you with such. In August, my family's Los Angeles landlord served us with a 60-day notice to vacate. So you haven't been paying for a while. Landlord cited that the city municipal code for just cause evictions, which included allowing tenants to be evicted if the landlord or members of their family would now be occupying the space. Oh, damn. They had to just get rid of somebody, and you were a lucky number. That's crazy. You just didn't have anything to do with rent. This is the second time in 3.5 years we've been served with this kind of notice. Why do landlords hate you? But this time, because of the double whammy of the housing affordability crisis in Los Angeles, is a lack of housing security, my family isn't looking for another place here. We're living for my home state of Indiana, and I'll soon have to leave my job. Yeah, bro, you ain't got the finances. What are you doing? You can't help people if you can't help yourself. The irony of all this is that for more than 10 years, my job has been to help prevent homelessness for vulnerable Angelinos. A waste of time. There's not much money you can make in that. That's probably why you keep getting evicted. After I first moved to LA in 2011, renting a room in Silver Lake for $450 a month, I began volunteering downtown for groups that provided meals and other services to the city's unhoused population. I became fascinated by the personal stories I heard from the people I met doing this, and also on the streets of downtown and Hollywood. What struck me most was the chronic isolation that people experiencing homelessness faced. Of course, you're isolated. Can't be hanging out with people if you ain't got a home or money or social skills. Often living with persistent health challenges like drug addiction and without a stable community to rely on. Listen, I don't know why people say this. People that are in unfortunate situations aren't helping anybody. They aren't providing anything to anybody else. Why are they entitled to getting help? They're not helping anyone. When they weren't in those unfortunate situations, they weren't helping anyone then. In fact, they're more likely to be harming other people. So why are they deserving of sympathy? They didn't show any sympathy to someone else. In 2013, I got a job at the center in Hollywood, a homeless service nonprofit. I was drafted to the center. Why are you telling me a whole story, man? I found meaning in the work. You didn't find a goddamn paycheck in the work. Sat in daily groups, but never said a word. You just love listening to people, huh? You should have been a therapist. This went on for more than a year. God damn, you love wasting time. You sound like a bum yourself. One day, something in the group discussion sparked Mark's fascination and his voice. Why did it switch to third person all of a sudden? Mark is now a regular client. The center site. He and I talk. Okay. So Mark is a different person. Who the hell? Why are you introducing Mark in that random way? Uh, though meaningful and important work in homeless services is hard and the pay is low, no shit. And the lack of housing security for those who do it has led to many leaving. Well, if there's not enough money, who's going to provide security? And if they're providing security, your paycheck is going to have to take a hit. Years ago, I was speaking with an elected official, senior staff, and warned them of the dire future-facing service workers in this sector. You shouldn't have gotten that job, man. I predicted that many experts would end up leaving the field and moving away from out of necessity. So this is the problem with jobs like this. Jobs like this are meant for people, younger people, who are just getting entry-level positions, but like economy is shit and people are just lethargic and they're not they're not really thinking about the future as much, and you end up getting a lot of old people in entry-level jobs like this that doesn't pay enough, and they have whole families that they got to support, and they just they can't make ends meet with these jobs. Like, let these jobs be available for people that are just like 19, 20, and you need to get something else that actually pays, man. I know you got passion for listening to people's stories and hugging smelly people, but you got to move on with your life. LA's elected official declared that solving homelessness crisis is a priority. Yeah, there's a lot of bums. So, and yeah, yet the work to do this takes time. Well, people are going to be homeless because it's freaking expensive to live there. And homeless people, they don't exactly go off into the woods and hunt for their own food. You know what I mean? They're going to get fed in the city, and that's where all the drugs is that they're going to be doing. This is a challenge that people are working homelessers. All you're making it, all you people really do is make it possible for homeless people could actually survive, which means you're making homelessness an actual survival tactic. If they can't make it, they can always just go to a shelter, get some food, and just try to survive for a little bit. And some of them might get back on their feet, but most of them are just not. And it's not a solution. What it is pretty much you're pretty much preserving the issue. It's not progressing to the point where it be solved, and it's not regressing. You're preserving the issue. Marcus still does I don't know anything about it. My family and I may not be able to stay here, but I hope the city leaders will prioritize this challenge. No, there's no money in it. Who's going to do it? Who's gonna fork up all the money to do it? And what do they gain from doing that? Like nothing. There's nothing to gain from actually doing this. It doesn't better the city in any way, because guess what? You solve the homeless problem, and then now more people are going to move there, and more people are going to move there, and there's not going to be enough housing for them, and it's going to be too expensive, and they can't afford it. Bam, more homeless people. You're stuck. You're stuck. You have too many people in the state, and they can't afford to be there. Anyways, until next time.